Welcome back to Alien Isolation. This time we're actually gonna try to beat the game. Keyword is fucking try. Um, do I look excited? Do I sound excited? Fuck no. Of course I don't sound excited. Why would I sound excited? Fuck. Start game. Off. Off. Now we're actually playing the game and hopefully not questioning my fucking existence. Like this game fucking tells me the question. God, why am I playing this? I didn't want to play this. They just made me. Okay, I have to be very fucking careful on this mode because I wanna earn the good award. Oh, I know. I'm just getting all the stuff so I'm prepared. Fuck you.
Ah, Ripley.
Samuels, did you wake up early?
Well, I don't really need as much sleep as the rest of you. I was just inspecting the Torrens facilities. A well-maintained ship. I realize it's a very similar model to...
The Nostromo.
Yes, M-Class. A later pattern, but close in spec.
I've worked engineering jobs on ships like this.
Of course. Is Taylor okay? She's not a seasoned traveler. Hypersleep may have been punishing for her.
Haven't seen her. I'll go check on her.
I think expect next after this.
Taylor, good morning.
Ripley, it's certainly not good, and I very much doubt it's morning either. Sorry. I feel like death. I don't know how you people put up with hypersleep regularly.
You get used to it.
I don't do long haul very often. Most legal execs don't travel further than the coffee machine.
I'm surprised Weyland-Yutani felt the need to send legal at all.
The loss of the Nostromo and its cargo cost the company a lot of money. It's important we find out what happened. If I can close the case with a conclusive accident report, it'll look great with my superiors. I'm sorry. That was insensitive. I realize your mother has been missing for 15 years, and you...
It's okay. We'll both get what we want, right?
Have you seen Samuels? He's probably been up for hours.
All personnel to the bridge, approaching Sebastopol Station.
Looks like we're up.
Hope you all had a restful journey.
The Torrens is in very good order for an old M-class captain.
She was a wreck when I bought her. Took a few years and a lot of contracts to refit. She pays for herself now.
You said we're approaching Sebastopol Station. Are we docking?
I believe your contact is Marshal Waits, is that right? I'll hail Sebastopol and arrange boarding with him.
Good. Let's get this done.
Don't worry, Miss Taylor. Routine. In and out. Connor, how we doing?
SMG loaded and calibrated. Approach vector locked.
Prep comm so I can say hello.
Channel open, Captain.
Does everyone have their briefing documents?
You can watch the approach on the monitors.
I even hit a fucking video. Jesus Christ. But hold on, let's see how bad. No. We're gonna watch the entire video here for a second.
This is the hardest achievement I have ever gone for. And let me tell you why. Survival horror games usually ship with some pretty hard achievements, and a lot of them... You may have already noticed something, and if you didn't notice anything, you are exactly correct. Normally the game has a heads-up display, which contains a lot of useful information on it, but on Nightmare, that is completely gone. This means that there's literally no way to tell how much health you have left, how many bullets are in your clip, and most importantly, no waypoints. And considering I hadn't played this game in well over a year, this is when I first realized that Nightmare mode was gonna be a lot worse than I thought. Don't know what to do. Not unavailable. I hope this is going to be a comment. I'm technically getting... Okay, well, this is already off to a great start. Played through this game 5 times and I cannot remember how to even progress with it. There's going to be a lot of backtracking, chat, I can already tell you. I don't know where to go. I mean, yeah, what do I do? We're doomed. I literally don't even know where I'm going. We didn't even make it out of the original ship. Like, what do I do? I've gone to every room. Is it this way? Ah, no one can talk shit now. There we go. We made it. In total, this 5-minute mission ended up taking... I don't want to talk about it, but after a meeting in the cockpit, you, Samuels, and Taylor try to access a seemingly abandoned Sebastopol space station, get separated by debris, and we begin Mission 2. Yeah, this is good. I'm not gonna lie. It's gonna be even worse though, Chad, because you still have to watch me somehow navigate this giant-ass spaceport. That's the real horror to this game. The second mission is like the first in that it's really hard to die here, but as we've previously established, I am the Roanoa Zorro of space travel, and my directionally challenged self stretched this mission out way longer than it needed to be. Nightmare mode is still very much present in this mission too, and it was here that I learned about the beauty of resource management. Here we have an example of the average container on normal difficulty, and here we have an example of the average container on Nightmare difficulty. This is not good. Resources on Nightmare are exceedingly rare to come by, and what I didn't realize on these early runs is that you actually need to scavenge as much as you possibly can so that you can get past otherwise impossible sections later in the game. But Sam, you might be asking, how do you get by these parts if you're unlucky and don't find enough resources? Well, that's the fun part. You don't. But we'll get there when we get there. Back to Mission 2, there are a few parts early on that are notable. We find out that there are humans still on the station, most of which are just as afraid of social interaction as I am. But first, hey, come back. Don't worry, I'll catch up to him in chat. Oh, where'd he go? But am I fighting David Blaine? Where did this guy disappear to? We find a maintenance jack that we use to, of course, jack off all the doors, and we run into Axel, the most important character in this overall story. Axel guides us for pretty much the rest of the mission, taking us through vents, which Chad seemed very excited about, and past hostile humans, an enemy type that isn't bad to sneak by here, but will be the bane of our existence later on. Like I said before though, this mission is kind of a cakewalk, and it's really hard to die here. Unless you're Axel. But despite the circumstances, we'll be seeing him again very soon. Until that happens though, it's on to Mission 3, which is about half an hour into the game if you don't get lost, and the first mission where death is a very real possibility. Sorry. No. I don't know which direction I'm supposed to go now, chat. I'm not gonna lie to you. It is somewhat problematic. You kind of get through here. You are just the worst. Has anyone ever told you that? They should. More often, in fact. It's not good at all. This room containing 3 gun-wielding humans isn't great because you find out pretty early on that their pathing isn't very player-friendly, and guns on this difficulty are just as big a death sentence as the alien itself. Here we have an example of getting shot on normal difficulty, and here we have an example of getting shot on Nightmare difficulty.
Oh, fuck
This is also
no.
not good. Somehow, though, through a series of really fortunate guesses and way too much patience, I managed to barely sneak by on this attempt and made it to the room where I get my first weapon. Revolver? Oh, hell yeah. I'm not fight back, chat. The pistol is a double-edged sword in the sense that you can use it to kill hostile humans, but the sound of the shot will alert the alien, who will drop down and kill you anyway. The alien itself is also immune to bullets and headshots like a Bizarro JFK, so this gun is only ever used in very specific situations that I didn't know at the time. It's after this, though, that we grab a new battery for our hack tool, disable a security lockdown, and have our first run-in with the biggest obstacle in the game, the Xenomorph. Alien is deathly allergic to weak weaponry. I feel like that's not true, weirdly enough. This is what it's like to get grabbed by the alien on normal difficulty. And this is what it's like to get grabbed by the alien on nightmare difficulty. It's exactly the same, but it's still not good. Now it was really game on, though. I snuck back up the stairs, watched as all the hostile humans from earlier got French kissed to death, and slowly made my way to the elevator, knowing that if I got grabbed, it was immediate death. I was already an hour and a half into the run, and the stress was really starting to set in. But somehow, I was able to keep it together for just long enough to hack into the elevator and safely make it to the end of the mission. Okay. Got through the first part. So with that behind us, we move on to a much easier level in Mission 4. This mission is where we have to try and turn the station's communications back on. And it's also where we get the most iconic piece of equipment in the game, the motion tracker. Right. Yeah, it doesn't work on Nightmare. This motion tracker's a piece of shit. Why did I pick this up? This is so stupid. Even though the device itself didn't work, at least the little waypoint rectangle on the side still did. So that at least gets a different problem out of the way. The biggest event in this mission comes after you reboot the station's comms, in which you'll have to sneak by a bunch of androids that suddenly turn hostile. Might be able to cheese it. Oh, hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Wait, is this not the right way? Damn it. That said. Androids, thankfully, are probably the least threatening enemy type in the game, since they don't have a ranged attack and don't kill you immediately when they grab you. They only kill you when they grab you twice. Luckily, that didn't end up happening here, and I managed to slowly crouch walk my way past the androids all the way to the end of the mission. Now, this was way farther than I thought I'd get on my first attempts. I knew that what I was doing was hard, but I kept managing to find a way through anyway. Things were really lining up, and despite me only completing 4 out of the 19 total missions so far, I was optimistic. And so, I was really starting to look forward to how far I could make this initial run actually go. Almost. Oh, hello, it's this guy. No, wait, it's this room! Oh no. I remember this. I don't want to be here. I want to go to the medical deck. I die in Mission 5. Throughout the first 4 missions, we experienced almost all the things that make Nightmare a literal nightmare. No heads-up display, scarce resources, no motion tracker, incredibly deadly humans and androids, but we never talked about the most brutal change. And that is to the alien's behavior. The AI for Alien is probably one of the most infamous ones ever created. Basically how it works is that the alien's giant bean head has 2 AI brains inside. The first one knows your location at all times, and the second one has no idea where you are, but is the one that's actually controlling the alien. The smart one only communicates to the dumb one using periodic hints, like the pretentious prick it is, but eventually it'll provide enough info to not only let the dumb brain figure out where you're hiding, but also learn your patterns so that it has an easier time finding you in the future. On Nightmare, the frequency of these hints are cranked up to such insane levels that the alien is rarely more than a room's length away from you. And that meant that during a mission where the alien is constantly looking for Ripley, sneaking and hiding through the level was basically impossible. Which oh, you can see me from there. Well, that was fast. Not good. That was a lot faster than I anticipated it was gonna be.
Not.
What do I
Fuck this.
what do I do in that situation?
Oh, get inside me. Oh, sorry. Oh.
What do I do in that situation? In the time between the alien dropping down and me actually dying, there was not even a single opening I could take advantage of. I didn't feel too defeated though. This was my first run after all, and if I could build off this and keep getting farther and farther, I'd be done with this in no time. So right after this death, I began yet another attempt. But what I failed to see then, and what I can very clearly see now in hindsight, is that this first run was honestly incredibly lucky. Missions 1 and 2 were still as simple as ever, but Mission 3 was a complete gamble now. Sometimes